Hello and welcome to today's social studies lesson. So first of all, guys, can we all turn to wave and say a big hello to our friends on camera?
Hello.
Hello. And we'll begin by doing our meditation sequence. So I will sit down, take 2 fingers, find our heart center, left hand on our lap, and close our eyes. And when you're ready, guys, you can open your eyes and come back to the room. And next we'll do our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. And we'll begin by stretching up high to the sky. High as we can. And then let's go down low. Touch our toes. And back up high one more time. And this time, can we go tippy toe high? And while we're there, let's have a wave. And then back down to touch our toes again. Stands up, have a shake, arms and legs, shake it out. Shake it out, guys. And now let's do some rotations. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Excellent, guys. And now we'll do some stretches. 5 to our right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. And now we'll do 5 to our left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Brilliant, guys. And to finish, we will do 5 claps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. Have a seat. So lately in social studies class, we've been doing a lot of work on a particular type of rights. And it's the right that concerns all of you guys. Excellent, Dan. Yes, we've been learning about children's rights. So first of all, we'll write that phrase on the board. Children, C-H-I-D-R-E-N. Apostrophe S, children's. And rights. R-I-G-H-T-S. Children's rights. And in today's lesson, we're going to be reviewing everything that we've learned about children's rights. So today is a review lesson. So review, R, E, V, I, E, W. Altogether, children's rights, review. Yes. And when we've been learning about children's rights, we've been learning about 3 different categories. The first one is in the title. Rights. Yes. We learned about rights. R, I, G, H, T, S. We learned about the different types of rights that children deserve, and all children in this world must have. Now, can anybody remember some of the different children's rights? Love. Yes. Why you say it so quietly? Love. Yes. Every child deserves the right to love, whether it be from their parents or other family members or even their friends. Love is a very important factor in the life of a child, and it's something every child deserves. So love, L-O-V-E, love. Okay. Yes, think of what are we all wearing now? Clothes. Would you come to school if you were wearing no clothes? No, we don't go anywhere. So every child's right is to be properly clothed. So we need clothes. C-L-O-T-H-E-S. And then, a little while ago, we were all in the canteen. What were we doing in the canteen? Food. Yes, we need food every day. Children don't go to work, or they shouldn't go to work. They can't provide food by themselves. Therefore, it's the right of every child to be given food. F-O-O-D. So far, love, clothes, food. But then, after school, where do you go? What would you do if you had no home to go to? How would that be? Would that be nice? No, it would not be nice. It would be terrible. Every child deserves a home. So that's why we call it a children's right to have a home. O-M-E. Okay, now can anybody think of any more children's rights? Think about your own lives. What rights do you enjoy? Care. Care is another one, similar to love, but it is different because care means when we're not well or if we are sick. So some good examples there, guys. Love, clothes, food, home, care. Now, do you guys enjoy all of these rights? Do you have love?
Yes.
Do you have clothes?
Yes.
Do you have food?
Yes.
Do you have a home?
Yes.
Do you have care?
Yes.
That's good. That means you're enjoying all the rights that you deserve. And the next thing we learned about is something called protection. Yes. Because sometimes the world can be a dangerous place. There are people and there are substances that children must avoid. Therefore, protection is an important factor in the lives of a child. Now, what sorts of things should you guys be protected from? Exploitation. Excellent. Where are you now? School. Should you be at work now?
No.
Exactly. But do you know, in the world, there are some children who don't have the opportunity to go to school. From a very young age, they are told to go outside and work in fields or factories. And that's what we call exploitation. E-X-P-L-O-I-T-A-T-I-O-N. Okay, exploitation. Now, something else that you need to be protected from. Blackout. If I walk over to you and I was to hit you, would that be good? No, that would be very bad. That's what we call abuse. Yes, if anybody hits a child, whether it be a teacher, a family member or a friend, that's not good. That's what we call abuse. A, B, U, S, E. Children should be protected from abuse. What would you do if somebody hit you? Who would you tell? Tell teacher, tell a grown-up, tell your family, or tell a teacher. Because if anybody is hitting you or causing you physical or mental abuse, we need to stop it. So you need to tell somebody. And then there are other things like alcohol. Do you know about alcohol, like beer? Yes, bad for you, especially bad for children. Should children be allowed to drink alcohol? No. No, they should not. So we need to protect children from alcohol. Okay? Nobody here out of the students is old enough for alcohol. And even worse than alcohol, there are illegal substances which are even more dangerous that we call drugs. Yes. We need to protect children from all of these things. Ready, guys? Exploitation. Abuse. Alcohol. And drugs. Yes. If anybody ever offers any of these things to you, asks you to work, hits you, or wants to give you alcohol or drugs, you tell the teacher or you tell your family, because it's bad. And now, the third and final thing we learnt about for children, development. Yes. Let me see. Nadia, how old are you now? 10. Okay. Will you be 10 forever, or will you grow up? You will grow up. Next year, you will be 11. In 10 years, you will be 20. That means that you must be allowed to develop. Yes, so development is something we must give to all children. And you know one of the best ways for development? Respect is good, but think about where you are now. School. What are you doing at school? Learning, and you're getting an education. Yes, it's actually a children's right, but I've left it for the final column because it's important for development. Every child deserves an education. E-D-U-C-A-T-I-O-N. Education. By learning new things and acquiring new skills, that's how our children will develop. And that's how we prepare them for when they're growing older. Pretty soon, you guys will be teenagers. And then, a few years later, after teenagers, you'll be adults. And maybe one day, you'll have your own families. You'll have your own children. And you'll want to know how to take care. So this is why we need to give you development. And the most important way, education. And then, Prau, what does education teach us? Respect. Yes. How to dress properly and appropriately, how to treat others, and then they will treat us well in return. And that is what we call respect. E-S-P-E-C-T. Respect. And the final thing, our children need to be made aware of what is happening around them. For us, we live in Chiang Rai, so we want to know what's happening in Chiang Rai, but also in the wider world, Thailand, and the world around us. And the best way that we can find out about things around us, information. Yes, we need to give our children information. We need to allow them to know what's happening. Now, children are probably too young to read or listen to the news, but we can still tell them things that are relevant to their own situations. So we need to give them information. Yes. So 3 great ways that we can allow our children to have development: education, respect, information. Excellent, guys. So one final time all together: children's rights, love, clothes, food, home, and care. There are others, but these are some very important ones. And then we need to protect our children from exploitation, abuse, alcohol, drugs, and we allow our children's development through education, respect, and information. And they are some of the things we've already learnt about regarding children's rights. Guys, that was brilliant and very well remembered. And what we've got now is a PowerPoint presentation that we can go back through some of the things we've learned and have another talk about some of the factors that are important for children's rights. So let's turn to look at the TV screen, guys. So now let's take a look at our PowerPoint presentation, Children's Rights Review. Yes, we'll look at some of the things we've learnt about in our previous few lessons. The word children refers to boys and girls aged under 18 years of age. So what that means is that everybody on planet Earth aged from 1 to 17 is a child. And then once you reach the age of 18, that is when you become an adult. So you guys will be children for around 8 more years. Parents or guardians are responsible for the care of their children. Yes, they are your caregivers, usually family members, if not your parents. Every child's physical, mental, emotional, and social development are important. Yes, we've talked about development already, but there are different ways in which children can develop, and these are some of the different factors. Physical means your bodies. Mental means your minds. Emotional refers to your spirit and your character. And social means how you interact in your communities, schools, villages, and friends. And you should always be allowed to develop. Every child has the right to live and to be raised properly. Now, raised means being allowed to grow up. And if you see in the picture here, you can see that there's a child whose body is disabled. He's in a wheelchair. But just because he's in a wheelchair and he's disabled, it doesn't mean he should be afforded any less rights than you guys. Every child, regardless of their situation, deserves the same. Raised properly means provided with food, clothes, and shelter. All children have the right to receive a proper education. Yes, just like you guys are doing now. You're all at school learning every day, or every weekday anyway, and you're receiving a proper education. All children have the right to receive proper nutrition. So that means in their food they have a balanced, healthy diet. Lots of fruit and lots of vegetables. All children have the right to receive proper health care. Yes. When you guys aren't feeling well, if you're sick, where do you go? Hospital. Yes. And that's what we talk about when we say proper health care. You'll be taken care of when you're sick. And perhaps most important, all children have the right to be loved and cared for. Care and love equals happy children. Yes. I hope you all get the care and love that you need. All children have the right to be protected. Yes. And protected means to be taken care of, kept safe. Being protected means not to be hurt or made to feel unhappy. Yes, you should always feel good and you should always feel safe. Children should not be separated from their parents unless it is agreed. Yes, if your parents say it's okay, for example, they have to work away, and then you can stay with your family members or other caregivers. But unless your parents say so, you should never be removed. All children have the right to be protected from abuse or neglect. Yes, remember that word again, abuse. If somebody was to hit you or make you feel sad, that's not allowed, and you have to tell someone. And neglect means not getting the things you deserve, like food, clothes, and shelter. Nobody has the right to be cruel to a child, including family members. Remember that just because they're your family, it doesn't give them an extra right to be cruel. It's not allowed by anybody. Children have the right to be loved and taken care of properly. Yes, and I hope you get it every day. And you can see in this picture here what we mean by exploitation. Does that girl look happy? No, she's sad. She's having to work in a field when she should be at a school. Children have the right to be protected from exploitation. Yes. And children have the right to be protected from physical and mental abuse. Yes. Physical abuse is when somebody hits you. That's not allowed. Mental abuse is when somebody makes you feel sad. And that's not allowed either. So nobody should ever make you feel abused physically or mentally. Children have the right to be protected from drugs and alcohol. Yes, because you're far too young for alcohol and drugs are illegal. Children should never be exposed to these substances. All children have the right to be developed to their full potential. Yes, remember, you're not going to be children forever. One day you will grow up and you need to be allowed to develop properly. This is important to allow children to develop into responsible adults. Yes. Just think, one day you might have your own children and you'll want to know how to take care. So that's why we need to allow you to develop. All children have the right to receive a full government education. Yes. Now, a full government education should last around 12 years. But maybe you'll want to be educated longer if you go to university and things like that. But each child deserves an education for 12 years, from kindergarten right the way through to secondary school. Disabled children have the right to enjoy the highest quality of life. Yes, look in the picture here. This child has a problem with her legs. But that doesn't mean she shouldn't be allowed to play. She just needs to be given the opportunity with a walking aid so that she can still play football with her friends. All children have the right to take part in suitable activities for their age. Yes, you guys should be allowed to play with your friends. And you should be allowed to do the activities you want to do. The things you like to do that are suitable for your age. Children have the right to receive information for their mental and physical development. Yes, information is similar to education. Finding out things that we don't know so we can learn more. And children should be allowed to receive information that's relevant to their lives. Children have the right to participate in suitable family and community activities. Yes. When there's things going on in your village or your community, you should be allowed to take part in them if they're suitable for your age. And finally, and perhaps most importantly, children have the right to freedom of expression and to be listened to. Yes, this comes back to the word we learned earlier about respect. Just because you're children doesn't mean you shouldn't be listened to. If you have something to say, people should listen. And that's what we mean by freedom of expression. Any questions, guys? Okay, that was excellent. Well done. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the review PowerPoint presentation about the different factors involved in children's rights. And we hope that our children get all the rights that they deserve and are protected from the dangers. And we have a worksheet exercise coming up soon for our children to check their knowledge by giving us some rights and some dangers that they should be protected from. But first of all, guys, time for our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. And for this sequence, we will begin by walking on the spot. Stop. Jogging on the spot. Stop. Turn left. Turn left again. Turn left. And left. Hello. Jogging on the spot. Stop. Jogging on the spot. Stop. Jogging on the spot. Quickly. Stop. Turn right. Turn left. Turn right. Turn right again. Turn right. And right. Hello. Hello. And to finish, we will do 5 star jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. Have a seat. And now it's time for our worksheet part of the lesson. And as I said earlier, today's worksheet, we will be asking our students to write 5 children's rights that they think are important in their lives and the lives of all children. So think about what we've learned already, guys. What rights are important for you? And you can write your sentences. The first one is done for you. The right to, and we have some examples here. Love, clothes, food, home, care. But try to think of some other ones too. Try to think by yourselves of some other children's rights. And then, the next section, 5 dangers. Things that children need to be protected from, such as exploitation, abuse, alcohol, and drugs. So think about some bad things that you need to be protected from. So our students should all get 1 worksheet each. And at the end of the lesson, what we'll do, each student can come forward and speak 1 sentence that they think is important in their lives. So we'll give our students around 15 minutes for this activity, and teachers just monitor the class and help them with anything they need. So what's the first thing to do? Names on top. Lakau, this one's for you. You're welcome. Prao, for you.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Down, for you. You're welcome. Chu, here's yours.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Nadia, this one's for you. You're welcome. Pat, for you. You're welcome. Pak Boong, you're welcome. Annette, this one's for you. You're welcome. So guys, we've got some good examples on the board already, but think back to the previous lessons and the PowerPoint review. 5 children's rights that are important. Okay? You have some examples on the board, but see if you can think of any others that are relevant to your own lives. What do you like to do? And the first sentence is done, the right to love. And then the second, third, fourth, fifth, the right to, and what you want to write to. And then, after that, 5 dangers, because protection is very important in the lives of children. So 5 things that we need to protect you from. And once again, we've got some examples, but see if you can think of others by yourselves. And remember, when we talk about abuse, there's 2 types. There's physical abuse, that's when somebody hits you, and mental abuse. Mental abuse is somebody making you feel sad. Excellent, Lakau. The right to, and then whatever you think. So Bangpon, the right to love. Excellent. Now what's number 2? What are you wearing? Clothes. Do you have to wear clothes every day?
Yes.
What would happen if you had no clothes? You could not go anywhere. So clothes is a right for children. Food and drink. Excellent, Pak Boong. D-R-I-N-K. D-R-I-N-K. The right to, that's okay, that's fine. Well done, Nadia. But the right to home, the right to love, You see, the first sentence is done, then you have to write yourself the right to. The right to clothes. So now our students have all completed their worksheets, and what they're going to do is present one sentence each which will describe a right or a danger to be protected from. And we'll start with the girls first. So down. The right to care. The right to love. The right to clothes. The right to food and drink. The right to a home. So that was the girls with the rights. And now it's the boys with the protection from the danger of. So bang pon. The danger of exploitation. And chew, the danger of abuse. And Pat, the danger of alcohol. Well done. And Net, the danger of drugs. So there's some of our students' examples of children's rights and dangers to be protected from. And guys, that was excellent. So big round of applause. And that's all we've got time for today. So we hope you've enjoyed this review lesson about children's rights. And we'll see you again soon for our next lesson. So bye for now. Can we all wave, guys? Bye-bye.